I think that's it. Let me see something. Can I pen some in there too? Let me see. Bro, what's up, bro? Uh, test, test, test. I want to see if this works. So, what I wound up doing, I have both Facebook and Instagram. I wound up messing up the volume, and then I kept tripping off this wire. That's why it actually took me a long time to get here. But nonetheless, though, so because of the wire situation, I just have a headphone for both phones. I want to see if it works. Let me know if you guys can hear me clearly before we tap into it as well. Markets are going crazy. Markets are going crazy. Man. All right, anywho, so what I want to do, I want to break down the markets in real time. Because it's ridiculous, honestly. Gold hit an all-time high today. As of right now, the current all-time high that we do have is $3,992 per ounce, which is insane. It's also interesting that I know, like early this morning, a lot of credible sources, Yahoo Finance, who Bloomberg posted it, Wall Street Journal posted it as well, and then like on Instagram, you have like Wealth, which is a huge Instagram platform. They posted as well, in which that we hit 4,000 per ounce, and that's not true. So the highest we have hit literally is about like what 7:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight, and the highest we actually hit is $3,992.36 per ounce. So yeah, I'm not sure why they keep doing that, but it is actually not correct. We did not hit 4,000 ounce of gold. Yeah, futures on the other hand hit that. So spot futures is not the same thing as an ounce of gold. So I think what happened is that like probably like one credible source ran with it. They probably said like futures or spot futures, the price is above 4,000. And I think because of that, people don't really understand it. So they just all ran with that. But in reality, again, like the price of gold it did not hit 4,000 yet. All right, so that's something that's actually important, mainly because like even my Discord, like we've been running up, we've been trading gold, we've been trading the Dow, which is US 30, Nasdaq as well. But the thing about gold, truthfully, because I know a lot of traders are ignoring this, but it's like you need like gold should be on your watch list. I don't understand why traders are ignoring it. I mean, I get it's a little volatile, but at the end of the day, it's like there's so much liquidity going on across the globe, right? But not even just that too, but so much liquidity going on with the actual gold. It's like for you to ignore it, you're doing yourself a huge disservice right now. Even on top of that too, like if we break down gold and look at from because we actually did it earlier today in my Discord during our live trading session. If we look at gold, right, and we break it down from like a yearly point of view, right, we're gonna start from where's that? There we go. We're gonna start from the first of this year. We're going towards current price as of right now. Where's my ruler at? There we go. Okay, so if we go from literally the first of this year to now, gold is currently up 53.27%. That's year to date. The only thing that is even on track of that or surpass that is platinum. So platinum, I believe, is about like 70% from year to date. Even Bitcoin, if we go to Bitcoin and see exactly what that's looking like, Bitcoin year to date, I gotta move this up my way. Bitcoin year to date right now is we are currently at here. All right, here we go. So Bitcoin currently year to date right now is 31.59%. So you have 31% compared to above 50%. Like it's crazy, but yeah, gold is something that you actually want to be making sure you're diversified in. And even like even Goldman Sachs, they actually had shift their was it Goldman Sachs or Morgan Stanley? I think it's Morgan. I think it was Morgan Stanley. I believe they changed their 60-40 portfolio. They changed it to 60-20-20, and they're now allocating that you need to make sure that 20% of your portfolio has gold in it, which makes sense, right? With everything going on, you want to make sure you're doing that. But nonetheless, also we're gonna go back into the actual market. So overall, today, if we actually go towards the S&P 500, I'm gonna start with that because mainly because when someone thinks about the when someone thinks about the stock market, the first thing they think about is the S&P because that's what they cover. So the S&P, they have a short day. We had a nice retest after hitting an all-time high, which is crazy that S&P, even that is at 6,751. So that's something, the all-time high that was hit. So we are still trading above 6,700, which again is really incredible. It's really incredible. But nonetheless, though, we break everything else down besides that. US 30, it did have a slow day. Not slow, they had a retracement day. So even that, like in the Discord, we managed to do pretty good on that. Like really, what we did was we was killing gold last night. So again, like we have trading sessions in the morning time and at nighttime. Nighttime is more sporadic, but definitely we have a trading session every single morning. Last night, gold it was doing its thing. Like we did pretty good. The retracements was stopping us out in profit, not with a loss. But today on US 30, it was a sell there, right? Obviously we in the bearish. But on top of that, though, like I felt that the moves came to more towards like the afternoon session, and I think that's very important because like a lot of traders they get caught up with the fact that like let's say if their trading times is from like 9 till like 12, well, really my time, right? So my time is from 9 to 11. After that, I'm not really working. I'm pretty much just like going probably at the gym, being a father, and so forth. But nonetheless, though, so like if the markets doesn't give me the liquidity or the clear move that I'm looking for, I'm not going to force trades. I think that's a huge problem that messes traders up is because they feel as if like just because the market is moving within the time that they're on, that they have to go for position. And that's not the way you want to go about doing stuff. You want to make sure that if you are in the markets, you're in the markets during your time. You're not in the markets, you're in the markets during your time that your opportunity shows, right? You're not in the markets because oh, it's 10 o'clock, the market is moving, I have to be in the markets. That's not really ideal that you want to go about doing. Now, besides that though, I really want to break down also like government shutdown. As of right now, technically we are on day 7 of the shutdown. Um, truthfully, I mean I'm not sure when it's gonna end. Like the last time we had a shutdown, it ended, I believe it was 34 days. I'm looking at the calendar. Yeah, the last shutdown we had was in January. I'm sorry, it was in December of 2018, and that lasted 34 days. That was from Trump. The time before that, we had another one in 2018 from Trump as well. That lasted 2 days. The time before that, we had one in 2013 with Obama that lasted 16 days. Before that was Clinton, 21 days and so forth. So as of right now, Trump, he does have the most when it comes to 34 days. Now, I'm not going to go to political aspects. I mean, I understand, some people, they want to blame the Republicans and some people want to blame Democrats. I'm not getting to that. 'Cause at the end of the day, we still have a shutdown. And like, you have to understand like what's going on to have an idea on how to go about moving forward, which is also funny to me because like, as of right now, I believe like 750,000 workers, well, federal workers are furloughed. And I mean, essential workers, they are still working without pay. And then once the government shutdown is over, they'll receive the back pay, which is cool. But like, I mean, nobody wants to work without getting paid. It's actually not ideal, especially if you have like things going on, bills to pay, which everybody does. So that's something that you want to make sure is not bothering you. But again, as I was saying, so like the government shutdown, it is something. It is unfortunate. I do see a lot of people saying that like the government shutdown is actually boosting the economy. That is not true. I don't really understand their take on that because again, like at the end of the day, and I get it too. Like when it comes to government jobs, there is no true actual like economic cycle being moving. Why? Because when you break it down, like the taxpayers' money is paying for government jobs. So like if that's not there, there's no true circulation. However, it's like without those jobs in general, nothing's really moving. So and then again, as I said, like over 700,000 workers are furloughed. That's a problem. But with that being in mind, so a huge reason why the markets are actually have been pulling down after making all-time highs. For starting, made an all-time high. But nonetheless, though, we do have jobs data that did not get released, which isn't really a good thing. Jobs data is supposed to come out the first Friday of every month. We didn't get that obviously because of the government shutdown. So like because of the government shutdown, there's like most economic data when dealing with the dollar, we won't get that, which is not a good thing. On the flip side, technically, Trump is actually like, he's dodging a lot of bullets, technically. And the reason why I'm saying that is because, like, let's be real. If the jobs data came out, it would never came out good. Like, I know people are saying that's not true, blah, blah, so forth. Like, it's not. Like, the economy is not doing good right now. We have a lot of job cuts, a lot of federal job cuts as well. But nonetheless, like these jobs is, I mean, the data is just not going to be good. So if we break everything down and we go to it, ADP did come out last week. Again, so the reason why we got ADP is because ADP is a private sector. Now you have ADP and you have NFP, which again, NFP is of non-farm payroll. That's every first Friday of the month. ADP comes out that Wednesday beforehand. So again, ADP is based off the private sector. It's not of government jobs. And with that, if you break down ADP, the expectation was that we created 52,000 new jobs. However, the data came in that we actually lost 32,000 jobs, which again is not good. Added to that, the previous ADP, which came in at 54,000 new jobs was created, that was revised all the way down to we lost 3,000 jobs. So all of that data that showed that we had, all that was really just taken away. Again, give a lot of liquidity for the market. I'm going to break down gold. I'm going to break down the dollar. Talk about that in a second. But that is that's huge. And the thing about that is that because we had previous ADP, that was revised down, and this one came in bad. This is actually the first time we had back-to-back consecutive ADP, negative consecutive numbers of ADP since April and May of 2020. And I mean, I don't have to tell you guys what happened in 2020 and how the economy was. We all know, you could blame the virus. At the end of the day, we still was in a recession for that time frame. So the last time we had that, we were in a recession. And even like 2022, they won't call that technically a recession. They changed the data. We ain't gonna get into that either. But like again, this is a huge aspect to what's going on. And because of that, right? So like again, as I said, as of right now, at the time we talking, gold currently, we did make all-time high. Did we bring a new one? We did not. All right. So gold as of right now, the all-time high technically is still $3,992 per ounce. Now, the thing about that is that like a lot of traders, again, myself, like I'm loving it, right? Like the liquidity is there. We're making a shitload of money, which is amazing. However, on the flip side, it also shows you how weak the dollar is. The reason why I'm saying that is because like gold, it should not be like this. This is something that's truly broken in the system but it shows you like how weak the dollar is. It also shows you how a lot of investors and well, really more investors, high investors, and also you have a lot of countries are really backing away from the dollar. We already know that BRICS are increasing when it comes to their power, and then on top of that, again, like they're all just like racking up with buying gold. China's doing heavy on gold. Even America, we're doing heavy on gold as well. I personally believe the reason why we are racking up on gold is because we are going to get audited next year, and I feel that like I mean no one actually seen the gold for Knox, so because of that, I think what they're doing is heavily buying it. So when we actually do get audited, it'll show that it's there. We don't make a damn thing. No one to know what can find a job. A lot of billionaires and companies dip. Yeah, which is true too. Which is true. Mike just said that we don't make a damn thing. No wonder why no one can find a job. A lot of billionaires and companies have dipped. It is unfortunate. It really is. And again, it's like with everything going on. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna always say that you should be traded, right? I'm not the marketing aspect of things, but more so like you do need to have a second source of income coming in, and I think that trading would be the best bet for that. The only thing with trading is that a lot of people they come into trading and thinking that oh my gosh, like I just seen somebody make a shitload of money, like they flip $100 like $10,000 and so forth. I'm gonna do the same thing, and that's not how it works. So trading is more about like a psychological aspect than more than a physical click and buy, click and sell. And because of that, like you obviously have to work on your psychology. You have to work on discipline when it comes to following your system. You also have to work on risk management as well as risk tolerance. These are the huge reasons why it takes traders either a long time to really get themselves going or they just don't do good overall. So like that's something that you gotta focus on. So yeah, you do wanna be in the markets, but don't think that like I'm now starting off today and by like next week I'm going to be making like $1,000. It's just not realistic. And I understand on social media, people make it seem as if that is. They'll be like, hey, trade with me. We trade for 20 minutes a day and so forth. It's just not realistic. Like when it comes to trading, no 2 days are the same. Like you may have certain things like pattern recognition. However, we don't know what's going to happen. We have an idea based on past price, but no one knows. Because if anyone actually knew what will happen, we'll be rich by like the morning. Like when I say rich, I mean like filthy rich. Like I'll be a billionaire by like midnight. And obviously I won't be a billionaire because I don't know exactly what will happen. So that's a huge thing that people need to understand. But nonetheless, though, again, so back into the actual markets, what's going on. Again, so we have CPI coming out. Well, initially it's supposed to be coming out next week on the 15th. Is it next week the 15th? Yeah, next Wednesday on the 15th, we're supposed to get that information. However, because of the government shutdown, we won't have that data. So all the economic data that we're supposed to be getting, that won't happen. This is not really a good thing. Why? Because for starters, as of right now, if we look on CME Fed Watch tool, it's a 94% chance that we're going to get a rate cut on October 29th. The reason why it's not good that we actually won't have that data next week, as well as the jobs data that we're supposed to get, is because when it comes to the Fed, they're looking for data, right? They're saying they're data dependent. So their idea of cutting rates, pausing rates, is based off of data. If we don't have that data, I mean, they're still going to cut rates. But if we don't have that data, that's not good moving forward, because now it's like, if they're mainly saying that they're going to cut the rates because of the data that we're getting, and there's no data, pretty much you got to freestyle. You're like, well, the last one was bad, so I'm going to just cut rates again. It's like, why are you cutting rates? Like, there's no true reason for you to go about doing so. So it's really difficult for us to get that information. So like overall, I highly think that I think Powell's going to be a little hawkish based off that. I think so. I think I think like that 230 move comes, he'll be hawkish and it won't be really good for the markets. But nonetheless, though, we actually look at the DXY, which is not a good thing. So DXY is actually a dollar index, and if we look at it from literally a year to date, as of right now, I'm talking, the dollar, I believe, we decreased about like 10%. But let me actually get the exact number. I don't want to lie to you guys. So let me move this over. Okay. January 1st is right here. All right. So is that bullish? That is bullish. I gotta go this lower here. All right. So as of right now, the dollar has lost 9.14% of purchasing power this year alone. That's not good, right? So again, that's a huge reason why gold is going up. And then on top of that, again, like you have a lot of other countries, they're buying gold. Why? Because gold is an inflation hedge against the dollar. So these are huge things that you want to focus on. And then on top of that, like actually being in the markets when it comes to buying assets, stocks, these are inflationary. I mean, I'm sorry. When you have high inflation, that's that asset inflation. I apologize for that. That's asset inflation. You're in that, and that's also why we do see like crypto is skyrocketing. Bitcoin hit an all-time high as well as of right now. Bitcoin hit another all-time high. The all-time high that we had is $126,320 per coin. Bitcoin had hit. Right now we retraced a little bit, but again we still in above 120,000, which again is pretty good when it comes to Bitcoin. So like you do want to make sure you're investing in these things as well. And again, like I said, like we have a government shutdown, but we still make all-time highs in the markets. So it's like some people are like, well, I don't want to invest because I'm waiting until the right time. There's no such thing as the right time. Like in 2020, when was the right time? Like there's just no such thing. So it's like it's best to just be in the markets and let time do its thing, rather than you just saying like I'm waiting for the best time, and the next thing you know, you just miss out on the entire movement of price. So you definitely don't want to do that. So like yeah, out of that, if we go back to gold and see, yeah, like gold this shit is ridiculous. Honestly, this shit is really ridiculous. It's like every night it does the same exact thing around the same exact times. Like you have a 6 o'clock move, and then on top of that, around like 6:45, you have a little retracement. You have a 7 o'clock push up. You have like a 7:45, 8 o'clock retracement. You have like an 8 o'clock through 9 o'clock. We started being a little stagnant. 9 o'clock pushes up. 10 o'clock. It's the same exact shit every single night. It's so crazy. It is so crazy. And even at two, so it's like, what's up, bro? Even at two, I feel like you see how I just said that. Like a lot of traders, they don't do the work, right? They'll just be like, let me just like open a chart, click buy, click sell, and it's like this shit don't work that way. Like that's not how you really make it in this business. You gotta actually know what you're doing, and that comes with just studying. And it don't even take long to study. Some people they be like, oh, I'm back testing for like hours. It's like, fam, you don't need that. You don't need that. You just gotta focus on pattern recognition, and just follow your plan. If your plan says cross the street when the lights is red and there's no cars going, cross the street. If your plan says don't cross the street because there's traffic and it's a green light, don't cross the street. Traders they be like, oh, it's a green light. There's a lot of cars coming, just cross the street. Like, fam, this doesn't work that way. You gotta do the work. At the end of the day, you gotta do the work. Which is funny because like and it is social media, right? But I feel that a lot of traders they come over here and they'll be like, oh, this person made $1,000 in like 2 days. So because of that, I'm gonna just jump in and I'm making $1,000 today as well. It's like that's not how. Bring them on the camera. That's not how it works. How does this work? Let me see. Oh, my fault. But yeah, that's just not how it works. Like you got to put the time into it. So and it's funny because like when you go to school, right? After grad school, when you go to it, you'll spend like years looking for a degree, and then on top of that, like you got to pay a shitload of money for a degree. I go down this route. You got to pay a shitload of money for a degree. You get a degree. It's not even guaranteed a job. You're in debt, and you're in student loan debt that you can't even go and file bankruptcy for. And then people be like, "Well, trading if it don't work for me." And like in like 2 days, it's just not for me. It's like you got to work on your discipline. Like the biggest thing that traders do not talk about is your discipline. You are not going to be a better trader just because you have more money. You're not going to be a better trader just because any of that stuff. Would you trust Cash App trading stocks? No, I actually don't trust it. I understand it like in the sense of like I know I just cut my train of thought, but I had a question. Someone asked, would I trust Cash App trading stocks or crypto? I mean, ideally, I wouldn't. I understand when it comes to like Robinhood is becoming more legit. Cash App is becoming more legit. Cash App is an actual bank. However, to me, is like, I mean, I think you still have the time. So like, just allow these platforms more time to really develop. And even like trading, like right now, a lot of brokers are pretty much like shifting over, whether they're doing things like they're going from like Trade Locker, they're going back to MT4, MT5, or they're going like Match Trader. And because of that, you see that there's a lot of platform issues. And I still, even my Discord, I'm telling the same exact thing. Also my students. And it's just like you got to give it time to really like, I guess like tweak the things together. So think about it this way: like if a new iPhone comes out, ideally, if you buy it the same day, like it gets released, maybe a month later. I mean, I don't understand how the issues now, but it's like you probably have like, oh man, like this is a recall is coming in with all that, so you don't want to really go that route. But I do want to go back to my train of thought when it comes to college. So like, I feel that like people they look towards college as like as a guaranteed way of making money, which is not true. It's a game to make money, but it's like I gotta be in college for 4 to 8 years just to get a degree, just to possibly make money. But then when trading, they look at us and they're like, damn, I just started on Monday. It's already Friday. I'm not rich yet. Like, what the hell's going on? Like, it just doesn't work that way because you got to remind yourselves, guys, like when it comes to trading, you and there's a cliche, but you have the ability to make like there's no limit how much money you can make. Legit, there's really no limit. So because of that, like traders come in and they think that I'm gonna just make all this money, and there's so many factors to that, right? Like it's a sense of is your opportunity showing? Is a sense of is the market cycle is like are you in the cycle for making money? When I say talking about cycle making money, more the sense of like is your strategy performing great for this? These are things that a lot of traders don't talk about. And it's like, I'd be like, yo, why don't y'all talk about that? Like, you can't just show the flash because at the end of the day, like, you're getting people into trading for the wrong reasons. Like, yeah, flash, I mean, I live a great life. This is amazing, but it's like, it doesn't come just because I just wake up and click a button. It comes from what I do when I'm not clicking a button. It comes from what I'm doing on my discipline, how I'm showing up, my patience to actually click a button. All these things are very vital. So, yeah, it's just, I really hate how the industry is when it comes to like, how people market it. And I understand it. I get the aspect. Like like when you really talk about discipline, like look how many people are on here. We talk about discipline, you talk about like the psychology. No one cares about that. Like, but if I was to like sit in the car and like you guys were watching, like, yo, this guy he has this and so forth. It's like that's great. But it's like that's not what's going to get the needle. Like you're not going to make money just because you have like you want to manifest it or like you speak about it. Like you got to do the back end work to make it happen. It's just so fucking bizarre. But anywho, as I was saying, it's like you gotta be patient. And I feel like some days, I'm going to rant. Some days, like when it comes to the charts, like again, I like to trade from 9 to 11, right? 11:30, depending on that time, I might push it. But like some days, shit is trash. Like I'm sitting here, we be in a Discord. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Like today. Today we caught some good movement, and then literally when we were done trading, like US 30, it dropped some more. And it's like at that point, I mean, I'm done working. Some members they catch it, but again, I didn't. That's gonna happen sometimes. Sometimes you're gonna sit here, you make some good money one day, like yesterday, we made Yesterday we had a crazy day. Yeah. Yesterday we had a crazy day. We actually got called out over 400 pips on both gold and the Dow. Yesterday was amazing. But again, that's not every day, right? So like some people, they'll watch my stories and stuff. They'd be like, damn, they killing, right? They just made all that money yesterday. It got to be the same thing tomorrow. That's not how it works. Like the markets are not going to be the same thing all the time. Like, I mean, in a perfect world, we want that, right? We want I want every day I wake up and I trade, I click a button, I work for like 15 minutes, I'm done, I go upstairs, I be with my son, go to the gym, start my day and so forth. That's a perfect world. It doesn't happen that way, right? So like you gotta like sometimes you sit here, like nothing happened. Like it's irritating. It's irritating, but I mean that comes with the territory, right? Like if you want to make all this money just like that, some days you have a great day. Some days you don't have a great day. You just have a regular day. Some days you might have a losing day, right? At the end of the day, you gotta focus on longevity, right? So like an example is this. So like let's say if I make 2K today and I make $100 tomorrow, and let's say I make like $400 the next day, is like that's not bad, right? It's more consistent pace, but it's like that's also how trading works, right? So like you're not gonna make thousands of dollars every single day, but when those high opportunity days do come, you do want to make sure you're jumping in, right? Because again, like this is the day that you search for, and this is also like what you hear, right? Like we're not trading to not make money, right? We are trading for that, but at the end of the day, we are trading because of what money gives us, right? Now we're not just coming here, and that's one thing too. Like when I'm speaking to potential students, and I ask them like, what's your reason for actually wanting to trade? And like, if it's just straight money, like me personally, I don't like to work with them because like I know what that comes with, and it's like when it comes to trading, it got to be bigger than just money, right? It can't just be like, oh, like I want to make more money. And it's like that's not ideal because like if I show you how to make $1 technically that's more money. But it's like, what do you want to do with this money? How do you want to live your life? And once you have that set, it makes it easier for you to actually go about doing things right because now it's like you have an anchor that you're pulling onto, right? So like it's really your motivation or your why. And that's with anything. Like if you're really focusing on bettering your craft or getting better with anything, like even let's go back to school, let's use that scenario. So like, you have people who like they're motivated, like, man, I want to quit so bad, but like I just had my why, which was like this person wants to see me walk on a stage or whatever it is. It's like they hold on to that and they use that to anchor them so they can complete their mission when it comes to whatever it is. So like same thing with trading. Like if you don't have that, this shit gonna eat you alive. Like this is not for the weak. This is not for the weak. This is not for the weak. Let me see that real quick. If only it was that easy. Yes, it can be. No, 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 no. It is not easy. It's not easy. So on Facebook, someone says, if only it was that easy. Someone responded and said, it can be, depends on the trader who's teaching you. No. I appreciate you saying I'm good, but no, trading is not easy. It's simple. It's not easy. The reason why it's not easy because like the human brain, we're programmed to be a state of comfortability. Like that's the reason why we are in our comfort zone. It's not easy for us to break out of our comfort zone. However, once we do break out of our comfort zone, we start to realize that, damn, that was actually keeping me, like, that was trapping me in, right? So that's why, when we rise up and we raise our standards, we look back and realize that, like, man, I can't believe I used to think that was my standard because at one point that was your comfort zone. But then you was exposed to something different, you actually elevated, and now a higher level became your more comfort zone. So that's the aspect of it. So like I'm never gonna say trading is easy because like, and I used to say that too, like, man, this shit is easy, click a button. No, this shit is not easy. Like that's a marketing thing. Trading is simple. And again, like I feel that like you got to work with the right person to really make it reliable for you. Because also, like, not everyone is a right coach for you, right? That's a huge thing. So you want to make sure whoever you're working with, you vet them, make sure they're legit, make sure they're legit, make sure you can actually reach out to people who they work with and have success with, and then on top of it, make sure you vibe with them. Like if you don't vibe with them, it's hard to work with that person because like. I mean, if I don't like you, it's gonna be hard for me to actually like want to talk to you, and vice versa. Someone said this is legit the hardest thing I've ever attempted, and while money obviously will be the byproduct, the freedom is what I'm currently chasing. Of course, right? Because that money allows you to have freedom, right? Like I've been a full-time trader for over 5 years now, which I love to say that part now because like I mean it's dope, right? But it's like the goal was freedom, right? It's just that money allows me to do those things, right? Like again, I said I live a great life. I wake up, I do what I want, but that comes with a price, right? So the price is the discipline. The price is, staying consistent, being in a charge. The price is actually, I'm doing things that I don't want to do. Like I don't want to always, but that's not true. I do like doing that. But like, it's like, you gotta do things that you don't want to do so you can get where you want to go, right? And I don't want to sound too cliche with that, but that's the actual truth to it. That's the actual truth to it. So like when you do those things again, it just makes it easier for you to actually get better as a trader. But yeah, this thing ain't easy. It's simple. It ain't easy though. But yeah, definitely if you guys have, y'all want a better breakdown, understanding of this, you can click the link in my bio. We can jump on a call, see exactly like what your issues are. If you need help, if I could help you, I'll let you know how it looks. If not, I'll tell you what route I feel be best for you as well. But yeah, and back to the market and everything too, like, and again, I know this is cliche, but I feel that right now is a perfect time to be in the markets. It's so much going on. Like, I don't care if you're an investor. Well, you should be an investor regardless, though. And I feel like people people ignore that. They'll be like, they want to wait for the perfect time. But again, it's like there's no such thing. Like the markets alone this year, we are in what? We're in October. We've had an all-time high over 20 times this year alone. 20 times this year we had an all-time high. So even if like you got in at the worst possible day, like even COVID, not COVID, but like even the tariffs, which I called it out. I put it in my Discord. I put it on here as well. I literally told everyone like August 6th, no, I said April 6th or the 9th. I gotta go back and see. I like this is the low of the tariffs. The markets are showing us that. So I'm patting myself in the back because we called it, we took it, and that's important as well. You don't want to just be someone who's calling out these trades or calling out entry points. Because if you're not taking it, it's pointless. Right? It's like it's like perfect. So it's like the like let's say you got a pot of gold, right? You know exactly where it's at. And it's like, it's like 2 blocks down, you make a right, you go down these stairs, you make another left, you open the door and the gold is right there. And someone asks you, like, damn, if you know where the gold is at, why you haven't done that? You're like it doesn't matter. Like it's pointless if you can and people do that. Like they'll call shit out, but it's like they don't take it themselves. It's like what's the point? What's the point of being someone who has a great eyesight if you're not getting paid from it? It's very pointless. So it's like little stuff like that became the norm that traders do that just doesn't make sense. I need to start debunking a lot of things that traders say. Cause I'd be like, man, you know what you're talking about. You can really tell who has experience and who's just a marketer. You can really tell. Like it's like the things they say, the things they do on a daily basis, like stuff like that. I'd be like, man, this person's full of shit. All right, let's see your questions we got. And also make sure their teaching style aligns with your learning style. Yeah, I think that's important too. I think that's important. Like, can you give directions but not get it to yourself? Makes sense to me. Uh, Let me see. Can you all right? Can you give directions but not get it yourself? Hmm. Um, I'm assuming what you're saying is if someone was to teach you but they can't teach it to you what you understand or comprehend. I think you're saying that, which is very vital. That's very vital because I feel that like as I said too, like we're going back to someone who wants to work with you or vice versa. Like if you're not someone who can actually comprehend what they're saying, it's gonna be difficult for you to actually get it done. And that's what I had to learn as well. Where it's like a lot of students, like I had to like really adjust. And again, I become a better teacher because of that. Because I had to adjust on how my delivery is. Some people are more direct. Other people, they like metaphors. Some just want to like, you know what, like they just more of a visual aspect of things. So you got to be someone who understands. And again, that's why I like human psychology. I study that a lot. And like, it's vital to understand that thing. It also makes you a better communicator when it comes to individual people. Let's see what else we got. Questions wise on here. Patience truly is a virtue. Yes. Patience is a virtue. Like patience can go from you jumping in just cause, and then by doing that, like you probably like losing a lot of money unnecessarily. And then when it's time to make money, You can't do it because you don't have no money. Like you wasted all you wasted all your bullets shooting at a moving target. Like the target is now still. Now is your chance to shoot. And you're like, damn, I ran out of bullets. It's like, well, you can't hit your target if you don't have anything. Let's go back to Facebook. Let's see what they're saying over here. I was referring to the pot of gold comment. Oh, I forgot what I was saying. I forgot. My apologies. Well, but yeah, so like, uh, yeah, that's the aspect. I'm looking at gold right now. I'm looking to see if this retest is gonna hold. It's around 7:45. But I got a live session in my Discord tonight. We're gonna be trading again too, like normally at nighttime, the way the markets have been moving, we have been trading gold at night. Again, like during like Asian going into London as well. Gold been going crazy. And it's crazy. Yo, this is what truthfully this is what my nights has been looking like this. I'm on the markets. We traded. I'm playing COD. Get some work done. Playing COD. Wife goes to sleep. Come back downstairs. Play COD. Working a little bit, and then like it'll be like 2, and I'm like, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta wake up early. Literally go to sleep. I'll wake up like 5 something. First thing I'll do is pull out my phone. I go to TradingView. I look at the price of gold, and then I go to MT4, MT5, whatever the platform I'm using, and I look to see what if I'm up or down. And literally, I'm like, all right, I'm doing good, having a good start of my day. And this is legit every single night. Like it's the same shit in gold. It's so, and that's the thing too. Is like this is not normal, right? So like when we have these type of movements, we have to take advantage of that because these are what we want, right? We don't want it to be stagnant. We don't want it to be like low vol. We don't want that. Like right now, with everything going on, and this all shows you how weak the dollar is right now. That the fact that gold is about to hit $4,000 an ounce. Like if we really go, let's look at this real quick, right? So we go to January, right? January 1st. January 1st, 2025, the price of gold was, where we at? Here. The price of gold closed $2,621.99. That's the price of gold that it closed January 1st. It is currently $3,990 an ounce. That is insane. On the flip side, if we look at the dollar, oh, you going crazy? Like, this is a great like. I don't like, and I know I'm saying obviously I'm a trader, right? But it's like I really want y'all to understand. Like now is a great time to be in the markets. Like I don't care how you go about it. Like make sure you find a way to get in it. And again, that doesn't mean you jump in thinking you're gonna make a shitload of money. No. It means that you're going to understand market movement, right? Understand what does it take for me to make $100 a day or even $100 at a session. What does that take? Like once you have that set, then from there, focus on. I made $100. I made $200. I made 500. I made 1,000 and so forth. That's how you go about doing it. It's going down to risk tolerance. But like you got it, like these markets. And the crazy thing about it, we're not done. We're ideally getting 2 more rate cuts this year. We got one on the 29th, and the one after that, the last one we have for the year is going to be December 10th. Ideally, 2 rate cuts, right, that we're looking for. That's going to go crazy in the markets in the sense of like then asset inflation. Oh my gosh, they cut rates, assets be like this. Like it's just like, like you just have like just like a bullish candle just going straight up. So like that definitely gonna be something. And again, asset inflation, that's good, right? So it's like if you uh asset inflation means this. If I own a particular asset, that could be gold, that could be stocks, metals, whatever, the price of that will increase. That is asset inflation. So we all know inflation. Inflation is the price of goods increasing. Asset is what you want. And then again, I'm in it real quick, but like talking about real estate, right? Like I'm not a real estate guy. The math doesn't make sense to me. The math doesn't make sense. Like we can have this debate. I'm open to that because there's only one decade in the last 100 years in which real estate outperformed the markets. You'll make more money in the markets than you do in real estate. You do not. I personally, well, we don't go that route. But anywho, so like going back to what I was saying, like even real estate. So like ideally, you do want to purchase a home because the value is going to increase. But I think that like what people forget is that that's not guaranteed. Like the actual guarantee of price increasing is the markets. Because when it comes to the stock market, I'm talking about like the S&P, the Dow Jones, Nasdaq. These are things that's going to increase over time, no matter what. Why? Because if a company is not doing good, it's going to get replaced with a company that is doing good. So that's the reason why it's going to continue to increase as time goes on. So you want to make sure that like again, you can't guarantee that for real estate. Like we could look back at certain areas, they'd be like, man, like this house increased over time and so forth, but it's not guaranteed. Like there's so much factors to that. But yeah, like you gotta make sure that like the price of Bitcoin increase, the price of everything, gold, like these are things that are going to increase over time. So it's like, why would you not be in it? Like as an investor, why it just makes sense to own it. Like the math makes sense. Like even if I make $1, like it's still free, not free money, but it's like I've made a return on that investment. So you want to make sure you're doing that. And yeah, I mean that's where you make your money. Like you don't make the money like clubbing and stuff. That's cool and everything, but it's like doing stuff like this. That's not how to make the money. Okay. Um, this is pretty good. I enjoyed this. Do we have any questions? Let me see. Let me scroll over here. If we have any questions, I answered that one already. That part. Yep. Appreciate that. All right. Let's go over Facebook. See if we got questions over here. I answered those things as well. Uh, Let me go down to here. Scroll up some. All right. Let me know if you guys have more questions before I jump off this. If not, again, like, hope it's beneficial. I'm going to do this more often. I do like to talk to you guys, give it a better perspective of what's going on from both an economic point of view as well as a trading point of view. If you guys do want to trade live with us, we do that every single day on my Discord. Link is in the description below. TPS Discord. Yeah, TPS Discord, link description below. And besides that, I will see you guys on the next live. Peace out. Oh, I can't end this. There you go.